Southwest Conference Showdown. I'm Dave Dinatale. Happy to have you with us. We are starting about an hour or so late because of the stormy weather all across Northeast Ohio. Wherever you may be tonight, I'm sure you've either dealt with it or, well, if you're on the east side, you're still going to deal with it here coming up because it was quite a storm and it delayed us for roughly an hour or so. But the 30-minute delay clock expired finally. We didn't have any significant lightning then in the area. Teams have been on the field now for about 12 minutes. And they put 20 minutes on the clock for each team to get warmed up. Basically, everything is much faster than what they're used to. So we'll see if that plays a factor as we go forward here tonight. We'll let you kind of get a look at it in our ambient shot here of how it looks outside. And you can see the window's still full of rain here from earlier, but the teams are on the field. And wet field turf or not, we're going to play some football here tonight. As we said right from the top, this is a pivotal game in the SWC. Berea-Midpark checks in. Both teams are 5-2, but here's the difference. The Titans are a perfect 4-0 in the SWC, beating Elyria, Avon Lake, Amherst, and then last week beating Midview. So the Titans control their own destiny. They've not won the SWC since the two schools, Berea and Midpark, merged together back in 2013. So this is uncharted territory for John Huneck and the Titans, and an opportunity for them to really not end Avon's hopes of another SWC title tonight, but they could really do some damage here with a victory. We'll get back to the Titans in a second, but let's talk about Avon. As they have been, since Mike Elder got in here in 2007, they have been one of the not just best programs in Lorain County, not just one of the best programs in Division II Region 6, but in all of Ohio. They have made 11 straight playoff appearances, 12 in the last 13 years, including advancing to the state semifinals 4 consecutive years. They just haven't been able to get over the top against either Hoban or Massillon, and of course that's a problem that everybody has had in Division II, especially thinking about Hoban. I mean, what Tim Terrell and company have done is nothing short of a dynasty. But Avon came into this year knowing that they were going to have, we saw them in the playoffs last year with an impressive victory against Avon Lake, their rivals. And, I can remember thinking at the time they were going to have a few holes to fill, and maybe it might take a bit for it to kind of gel and come together. The Eagles started the year, went to Brunswick, a good playoff team from last year, and shut out the Blue Devils. But then, lo and behold, they ran into the buzzsaw that is the Medina Battling Bees, lost 34-17. The score is a little bit misleading. I mean, number one, Medina's beating everybody this year, but number two, that was a competitive game until the second half, much like the game we saw with Medina and Stowe. But the Battling Bees pulled away with Drew Aller and company, and Avon's not used to losing a game by 17 points, especially in the regular season, but they did in this particular instance. They came back, won their home opener against Glenville, but then lost to their rival Avon Lake. And they had beaten the Shoremen playoffs and regular season going back a few years. It had been a while since, as they call each other, they each have, it's kind of like, think about Ohio State and Michigan, that school up north. They have names for each other. Avon Lake is known in Avon as Lake, and Avon is known in Avon Lake as South. So, this time it was Advantage Lake as they beat Avon 30-24. And, Mike Elder was talking about it this week, the head coach of the Eagles. Hey, look, they played, a bad 12 or 15 minutes in that game against the Shoremen, and you can't do that against your rival and a very good team that Matt Kostelnik has, and it came back to really haunt them. That same Avon Lake team, though, the week after, lost to Berea-Midpark, and it's one of the reasons why this Southwestern Conference has got a different look at it. We'll get to that in a second. But since that loss to the Shoremen, Avon's come back with 3 straight wins over Elyria and North Ridgeville and got a good battle from Olmsted Falls last week, but came back, beat the Bulldogs 41-29. So they're set up, and essentially they can almost control their own destiny if they get a win tonight and finish out with Midview and Amherst. Olmsted Falls, they have 1 loss in the SWC heading in tonight. That's that loss to Avon. The Bulldogs get Avon Lake next week and then the Titans of Berea-Midpark in Week 10. So we could be looking at, a four-way tie or something like that, depending on how things go. But if you're Berea-Midpark, you've got everything in front of you. It's going to be a tough finish, but you've got everything in front of you. You control your own destiny, and you can win out and win the conference and not have to worry about what Olmsted Falls does or what Avon Lake does. They can take care of their own business, but it's not going to be easy, and this will be a tough one for them tonight here at Finnie Stadium. But it is a home game. The fans, like all of us, just had to take shelter. We obviously were here inside our press box here for tonight's game, but fans are starting to pile in and talking to people here in this Berea-Middleburg Heights area as I was getting in and getting set up. There's just excitement because it's been a while. John Hunick has been here this is his 6th season as the head coach of Berea-Midpark. They've not won more than 5 games in a season since he's been here. But they've been patient with him as he's kind of rebuilt and kind of reloaded this program. And they've just gotten a little bit better here and there. Forget last year with COVID, but, in these full seasons, they've gotten a little bit better each and every year. So a win tonight would be Coach Hunick's best season by far, in terms of how he's done. He would get his 6th victory. He's not had 6 victories since he got here. You can see at the 50-yard line, they did just have the pregame coin toss. Berea-Midpark won the toss, and it looks like the Titans have elected to receive. So we'll see them on offense first here coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll have the anthem and then get ready to roll. But it has been a lot of games across Northeast Ohio. Either are just like our game starting now or will be starting coming up. I know Kirtland is still was able to play and get started, and they were doing Kirtland things. I think they're playing Lakeside tonight, and they were out to, last I knew, like a 21-0 lead. But this is one of the, all year long we have talked about, we've had great weather. Last week we had our first Friday in October, and it was 75 degrees up in Perry and sunny, and we've had great weather all the way through. Excuse me, folks. There we go. We've had great weather all the way around, and this is the first week where the rains hit, and it just happened to be. It was if it had been an hour or two earlier, we wouldn't have had to worry about it, but it happened to come before the game, and it worked out well for us. Just the fact that it's a lot easier to not have to start a game, to have the delay before you've started a game, as opposed to then starting a game, and then having to send the 2 teams to the locker room. They've been warmed up and ready to go, and they're out there playing, and then they, you go to the locker room and you cool down. Then you got to come back out and warm up again. So this worked out, I think, well for both teams. If you're going to have a delay, I guess this is the one you want. So in this case, all good, and we're about ready to go here at George Finnie Stadium, the home of the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. It's Tressel Field at Finnie Stadium is the exact name, named, of course, for Jim Tressel and his father, Lee Tressel, a couple of Baldwin Wallace stars here in this area. And this has been the longtime home of the Yellow Jackets and the longtime home of both Berea and Midpark when they were separate schools, now obviously together and joined up and playing here. And was talking to some of the Berea-Midpark people. This used to be Finnie Stadium used to be, back in the day, the destination for Division I, Region I playoff games. Now, basically, it's either at Byers Field or, you might have a game in Brunswick now. It's kind of become one of the bigger places for those types of big games. But this used to be the showcase site for that last game in the regional final before you get to a state semi, maybe even a state semi. Those great St. Ignatius teams of the 90s, Euclid when Robert Smith was there. St. Edward would play here. So there's something about just being here at this field for a high school football game. It just kind of it's a college field, but it has so many high school memories to it. And Berea-Midpark trying to add some of those memories tonight with what would be a program-defining victory for them against the Avon Eagles. And for the Avon Eagles, a chance to put themselves right where they want to be for the SWC. But more importantly is we start to get the flags on the field. We'll have the bands coming on here, so we'll get you the. We anticipate it starting at roughly 8:05. It's a little bit past that, but we're getting pretty close here. So we'll get the anthem here in a couple moments, and then we'll get rolling. I was just saying here as we were looking at it, this game not only has SWC implications, but when you look at computer points, and now you're in week 8. Now really. We're starting the playoffs 3 weeks from tonight. We'll be out somewhere covering a playoff game. So now it really starts to get interesting as we watch how things go. And coming into tonight, in Division I, Region 1, Berea-Midpark at number 6 behind St. Edward and Medina, of course. And then Jackson and McKinley, who, by the way, are playing each other. Stowe and then Berea-Midpark. So this would be one, and yes, I mean Avon's a Division II team, but you would get some significant points with a victory over Avon tonight. And then for the Eagles, I talked about this with Tyler Carey. For this season, it's felt very much like maybe would there be a changing of the guard in Division II, Region 6, a region that has felt like it's always been owned by Avon, and we all kind of said, is it? Are we due for a change? Is there another team that's kind of waiting in the wings with Avon losing twice this year, which isn't unusual for them in the regular season? But despite the losses, Avon is second behind Highland in Division II, Region 6. Fremont Ross is third. Barberton's fourth. They've got a tough one with Aurora tonight, and Highland's got Aurora next week, by the way. North Olmsted is fifth. Avon Lake is sixth. So Avon gets a win tonight here against a Division I, Region 1 team with points. And it doesn't even really matter to me what Highland does tonight. I would anticipate Avon would move to the top spot, which is where you want to be because you want those home games early in the postseason. So that's what's kind of at stake here tonight when these two teams will go at it. 5-2 Berea-Midpark, 5-2 Avon. As you can see, the Berea-Midpark band is just getting their opening routine here, and we anticipate getting started with the anthem here and the game here in just a moment. Let's give you the starters here while we have a second. I usually don't have time for this, but actually tonight I do, so let's do it. For Berea-Midpark, coached by John Hunick in his 6th year. As Avon's marching band's going to get a little time, too. Everything is kind of getting the pre-game. You're throwing out the rundown, as we say sometimes in TV, and you're just kind of improvising this so everybody can get an opportunity. Luke Devins is the quarterback for the Titans, a 6', 200-pound senior. He's having a terrific year, completing 61% of his passes, 14 touchdowns, just 2 picks. And he's got some weapons. Devin Johnson, a good all-purpose player from his Miami of Ohio commit, will be one of the receivers. D'Angelo Borders, listed as a wide receiver, but he's also their leading rusher. So it tells me we'll see a lot of jet sweeps tonight and a lot of misdirection. But Borders, senior wide receiver, and he's a good one. Hudson Devins is the starting running back. Jack Arnold and Cameron Kupak are the other wide receivers. Josh Medina at tight end. Joe Strabhar is at left tackle. You've got Mason Nemec at left guard, Roosevelt Perry at center, John Eckerfield at right guard, and Ramel Kent is the right tackle. And we'll get the anthem here, and we'll check some of the pregame scores here on the flip side here. Stand with us here for now for the anthem, everybody. And the two marching bands, Avon and Berea-Midpark, combining there for our national anthem here at Finnie Stadium. Tyler Carey's pregame scoreboard for us is obviously a lot of games are delayed around Northeast Ohio, but some have gotten underway. Barberton out to an early 7-0 lead as they host Aurora tonight. Big game for both teams in the Suburban League. Medina in the second quarter on top of Brunswick 21-0. McKinley leading Jackson at the half 13-7 in that key Division I Region I contest. Stowe and Nordonia tied at 7 in the first quarter. They now are in a delay in the second quarter, but Cleveland Heights leading Maple Heights 21-0 in that game. Kenston on top of Willoughby South 3-0 at the half. Hoban leading St. Vincent St. Mary 35-7 in the second quarter. And North Canton Hoover leading Lake 18-13. That game is at the half. So after, really, if you look at it, this will be about an hour and 15-minute delay to get this game rolling here, but we are ready to go here at Finnie Stadium. Avon's defense will look like this tonight. They'll operate mainly out of a 3-4, but sometimes Mike Elder will shift things around and bring in an extra down lineman. Amin Abdul, Graham McDougall, and Austin Mitchell up front. Mitchell's a good one. He's got 5 sacks already on the year. Joe Resch and Isidore Hadjis are the outside linebackers. Trevor Norman and Gavin Earhart on the inside. Chase Myers and Tommy Tachek are the corners. Ryan Tachek and Cam Santee are the safeties. 5-2 Avon, 5-2 Berea-Midpark. Big game in the Southwestern Conference. Two teams that were obviously both headed to the postseason, but playoff positioning and potential conference supremacy on the line here tonight. Thank you for staying with us, waiting with us, and we are ready to go. One of the top kickers in Northeast Ohio, Nathaniel Vakos, has it teed up and ready to go. And back deep to receive for the Titans, D'Angelo Borders, who already has a touchdown this year, and Jack Arnold's back there as well. Here we go. Vakos has it teed up. Waiting for the go-ahead from the officials. And we are underway here in Berea. And that kick is going to sail out of the end zone and be a touchback. So we'll see the Titans on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And as we said, it's unusual that Avon has 2 losses at this point in the season. It just tells you the expectation of this program. I mean, so often they're 9-1 or 10-0 every year, but says a lot, number one, about their rival Avon Lake. It's a tough go every year, but tells you how good Medina is too. And we're seeing that again tonight as they're shutting out Brunswick. 1st and 10 Titans from their own 20 as we are set to go here in Berea. And it will be a quick bubble screen on 1st down. Pass is caught at the 22-yard line as Devins completes it over on the far side. As D'Angelo Borders, his 52nd catch of the year, give him about 3 on that pickup to the 23-yard line. Berea-Midpark in their very Illinois-looking uniforms, their dark blue jerseys with orange pants, but they've got orange numbers, which broadcasters may not like, but they look pretty snazzy. On 2nd down, this time the Titans will go on the ground. Very little running room as they feed Hudson Devins, brother of Luke Devins. And Hudson actually lost about a yard there. Back him up really closer to the 23 now, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. Quickly, Berea-Midpark will get on the ball. They'll go trips to the right, 1 receiver left. That's Borders. As Luke Devins shifts Hudson Devins to his left in the shotgun. 3rd and 7, Titans. From their own 23, here's Devins. Left-handed thrower, pops it over the middle. Pass is caught at the 34-yard line, and that's a 1st down completion. And that was Devin Johnson moving over the middle to make the catch. For Johnson, his 17th catch of the year. That's a gain of about 12 and a 1st down for the Titans. Nice pattern there, a little slant route by Johnson, and it's a 1st down for the Titans. They will go on the ground as Luke Devins hands to Hudson Devins, who will take it out near the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. Amin Abdul comes over with Trevor Norman on the tackle for the Eagles. And they'll give Devins a gain of 3, second down and 7. 10:20 to go here in the opening quarter. As they'll mark it actually at the 38, so give Hudson Devins 3 yards on that gain. And it'll be second down and 7 from there. Looks like Aquan Bell is checked in there. 3 receivers this time left for the Titans. Second down and 7. Luke Devins shoots one to his right and threw it behind his intended receiver, Cameron Kupak, at the 45-yard line. Kupak was being guarded amongst those in the zone by Gavin Earhart, the linebacker, and it sets up a 3rd and 7. He was open. Luke Devins just threw it to the wrong side of him. Kupak and Johnson will come out wide right. You've got 2 receivers left, Arnold and Borders. 3rd down and 7 for Berea-Midpark. Looked like Avon might have jumped off sides. Flag goes down, and the pass is incomplete. Was looking for Borders at about the 45-yard line, but as I suspect, I think it's going to be an offsides on the Eagles, and Berea-Midpark's going to get another crack at this. But then again, as I say that, they might have said false start. And it is a false start. Okay, excuse me. I didn't see anybody move for the Titans, but somebody must have flinched to draw the Eagle defender offside. So back it up 5, and it's now would be 3rd and 12, but Mike Elder had the opportunity to decline the penalty, which he will do, and it'll be 4th and 7, and the Eagles will force the punt. Max Stetzer will kick it away, and Avon will go with double safeties at their own 30, including Ethan Holbrook. Stetzer averaging about 35 yards per kick this season. Waits for the ball at his own 26 with 9:53 to go in this opening quarter. Good snap. Stetzer kicks it. It's high but very short, and Avon's just going to let it bounce at the 35. It will roll to a stop at about the 29-yard line of the Eagles, and we'll see Avon offensively for the first time tonight. Sam DiTilio is the quarterback. You know, much like Devins is having a pretty good year throwing the football, the junior completing 62% of his passes for 957 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 3 picks. He's also run for 316 yards. A good running back combo. Jacorian Caffey, the sophomore, Gavin Earhart, the junior. Kind of a thunder and lightning attack. Ethan Holbrook, Tim Conwell, Ryan Tachek are the receivers, along with Braden Fitchko, and Austin Mitchell is the tight end. We'll check the rest of the starting offense in a second. DiTilio on first down. Will swing pass out to the 25 and immediately brought down for about a 4-yard loss. It was Conwell who made the catch and immediately got put down. As coming in on the play for Berea-Midpark was Cameron Kupak. It's a fine open field tackle. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Dylan Hergenroder is the left tackle. Owen Byrne at left guard. Michael Distorzis at center. Abe Dagabouche at right guard. Luke Hamilton, the right tackle. And we've got an injured Eagle over on the far side, away from where that tackle happened. I mean, I didn't. All of a sudden, Avon had looked like they were ready to get to the line, and then the officials blew it dead here, and the player with his helmet off, and well, he's sitting down, and now he's helped up. So, thankfully, it doesn't look like it's too serious. Just a quick correction on that. Kenston scored. Bombers leading now Willoughby South 14-6 at the half. So, Kenston, since we saw them 2 weeks ago, they've been going with a freshman quarterback. They had Germano kind of doing the Wildcat when we were there at Chardon, but they've been going to a freshman quarterback, and it's helped the offense a little bit. Puts Germano back at receiver. 2nd and 14, Eagles will go on the ground, and I believe that's Caffey getting the carry. And he'll take it back to the original line of scrimmage at the, no, actually they're going to say he was down at the 27. Only about a gain of 2 there. Checking. I had Caffey wearing number 20. 7 here, but I don't know if that's Chakorian's number. Okay, there he is. All right, just making sure here. 3rd and 11 for Avon at their own 28. In motion is Evan Garcia. Back to throw DiTilio, pressured, rolling at the 30, cuts inside 32 and down at the 34-yard line. Got about 6, but that's going to be well short of the first down. Sir Charles Spiva, the defensive tackle, and now we've got an injured Titan down at about the point of the tackle, but Sir Charles Spiva, the defensive tackle, made the stop for the Titans, and young man for Berea-Midpark who's down is in a little bit of pain. Johnny Selman, Andrew Hanchuk are the defensive ends. Spiva, the defensive tackle. They operate out of a 3-3-5. Michael Crouch, Julian Vigilante, and Aquan Bell are the linebackers. And then the 5 defensive backs, Matt Stencil and Ben Silva are the corners. Tom Mordarski, Devin Johnson, Cole Bunner are the safeties. A young man for the Titans now in a seated position. We're at 8:15 to go here in the first quarter. No score here at Finnie Stadium. And looks like the young man for the Titans is okay. I think that was Michael Crouch, the linebacker, who was shaken up. And actually, that was Vigilante. Couldn't tell if that was number 8 or number 9. It was number 9. So Vigilante, the middle linebacker, is okay. He'll head to the bench. And we will see Vacos in to punt for the Eagles. First year as the full-time punter. He's going to be playing on Saturdays somewhere next year. Good snap here, and Nathaniel will get the kick away. And it's going to be a fair catch made by Borders at the 32-yard line. So the Titans will start there. Actually, they'll move it up to the 33, 1st and 10, Berea-Midpark, with 7:58 to go in this first quarter. After a 1 hour and 15-minute lightning delay, we are finally underway here at Finnie Stadium. Yeah, I was saying Nathaniel Vacos, he's gone to some kicking camps and kicking showcases in the off season. He also is a pretty good soccer player too, but he'll be playing college football for, I think, a major program next year as a kicker. He really is a terrific kicker and punter. Late man checking in, Josh Medina, the tight end. He's in there now. He'll get position 1st and 10 for the Titans at their own 33. Medina in motion left to right. And Devins will turn, give to Borders to the 35, and then Borders will get pushed back there. So give him 2, maybe 2.5 on that pickup, and it'll be 2nd down and long. This Berea-Midpark offense averaging 28 points per ball game with a turnover margin of +3. Both these teams on the plus side of the takeaway giveaway, Avon at +1, and Berea-Midpark +3. Titans averaging 370 yards of total offense per game, and fairly balanced, 195 through the air with Luke Devins and 175 on the ground between Borders, Hudson Devins, Luke Devins, and the rest of the running attack here for the Titans. Empty backfield now on 2nd down and 7. Here's Devins, looks to throw, rolls right. He fires, pass is caught at the 44-yard line, right at that 1st down marker, then getting pushed out of bounds. Chase Myers will push out of bounds Jack Arnold, but he's got enough for the 1st down on his 29th catch of the year. Good patience that time by Luke Devins, rolled his way out of some trouble, and that's a 1st down for the Titans. Arnold, Borders amongst those going out wide left, and then here on the near side, Cameron Kupak out wide right. A bunch formation there on the left side for the Titans, 1st and 10. Medina, the tight end, shifts in motion left to right. Devins claps his hands, looks to throw again on that right side. Pass caught. Kupak has it this time, and that'll be close to another 1st down for the Titans as he's put out of bounds at the Avon 47-yard line. And again, Chase Myers over there on the coverage. A couple of quick passes by Luke Devins, and the Titans are in Eagle territory. As we are approaching the midway part of this first quarter, Devin Zahersky In at receiver, he goes left side. Bubble screen coming. Borders has it at the 50. Flag flies as Borders goes down at the 45-yard line. Tommy Toczek amongst those on the stop. And we'll see what the indication is. It's going to go against the Titans, I'm fairly sure here. An official coming over. Chop block, looks like, is the, or clip. But I think it was a chop block, as they call. So back it up. Back to the, where are they going to mark this here? Inside the 40, back to the Titan 38-yard line. So it is going to be 1st and 25. From here, 1st and about Strongsville. If you're going down a parallel along I-71, Arnold in motion right to left. Devins rolls left, stops, pops, looks left, and the pass is in and out of the hands of Borders at the 35-yard line. D'Angelo had a good look at it. The problem was he had an Eagle defender in his face, as I think it was Tommy Toczek, as he was trying to pull in the football and just kind of had his vision kind of obstructed for a moment and couldn't quite make that catch. It would have been a 1st down if he could have hauled it in. 2nd down and 25. Again, 3 receivers left for the Titans, 1 to the right. That's Kupak here on our near side. Pistol look now for the Titans. Luke Devins at quarterback with his brother Hudson behind him. 2nd down, 25. Here for Berea-Midpark, they'll set up a bubble screen, and it's going to be incomplete as they were trying to throw to Borders, but Avon really had a nice blitz that time and blew up the play as Trevor Norman got in there quickly and affected the throw. Trevor Norman, was looking at his numbers here, the 6', 188-pound senior. He's already in 7 games forced 4 fumbles this year. And then his mate on the inside linebacker spot, Gavin Earhart, has 6 tackles for a loss. Well, that's pretty, you have that kind of playmaking ability, you go pretty far. And Earhart's only a junior. 3rd and 25, Devins looks to throw, fires over the middle, rolling catch. And I'm going to say it was a catch by Arnold. Nope, incomplete. Couldn't quite roll it in. Even if Arnold makes that catch, it was at the 41 of Avon. He would have been about 5 yards short of the 1st down, but it's incomplete. 4th and 25, and Max Stetzer will come into punt for the Titans. So that illegal block really comes back to hurt Berea-Midpark after they had gotten into Avon territory. Garcia and Holbrook in double safeties at their own 30-yard line to await this punt by Stetzer. Good snap. Gets the kick away. This one's a little bit better than the last one. Fair catch made by Garcia at about the 36-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles with 5:51 to play in this opening quarter at George Finnie Stadium, Lee Tressel Field here on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. Our WKYC high school football game of the week for week number 8. And, of course, it's presented by Chick-fil-A. Remember that Chick-fil-A is the home of the original chicken sandwich. And you can get some great Chick-fil-A anywhere in Northeast Ohio, and Cleveland, Akron, Canton. Head to Chick-fil-A today. Caffey stands behind quarterback Sam DiTilio. Trips to the right, 1st and 10, Avon. And they'll go to Caffey, and he's going to be drilled right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Host of blue jerseys come over to make the stop. I think David Love, who is big fella on the defensive line, kind of busted up the play initially. And then Sir Charles Spiva finished it off. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Caffey is a sophomore, averaging nearly 8 yards per carry, 646 yards coming into tonight with 10 touchdowns. And DiTilio will fake to him, keep it himself, and got back to the line of scrimmage that was initially there at about the 38-yard line. Maybe got an extra yard to the 39, but very little there, and it's going to be 3rd down and long. We'll call it 3rd and 9 as we go under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score between the Titans and Eagles, and this SWC clash. DeTilio on the shotgun with Caffey on his hip pocket to the left. 3 receivers left. DeTilio looks to throw, has time, shoots one to the left end. It's incomplete as he was looking for Ryan Tachek trying to make a rolling catch at the 50-yard line. Michael Crouch was over there on the coverage. It's a 3-and-out for Avon, and both these defenses look mighty good here thus far, and Avon will have to kick it away. As Cameron Kupak will go back to receive this one inside his own 25-yard line as Vekos will kick it away. And there's a late man for Avon to check in there. 4:37 to go, first quarter. And Vekos waits for the snap. He's got it and gets the kick away. Oh, good high kick, driving Kupak back. The ball will go inside the 10, inside the 5. Can they down it? Yes, at the 1. Looks like it's down at the 1. We'll double check the officials in the end zone, but I think Avon just pinned Berea-Midpark at the 1-yard line on a brilliant punt by Nathaniel Vekos. Yeah, Kupak just didn't want any part of that kick. It went high, sailed over his head, and he assumed that it was going to bounce into the end zone, but on the wet field turf, it rolled to a stop. They'll mark it actually at the 2-yard line, but a brilliant punt by Vekos. And Berea-Midpark will go 1st and 10 from their own 2-yard line. Well, in a game like this, with defenses playing well, wet field, wet conditions, teams having very little time to prep, little plays like what we just saw with Vekos can go a long way here. We'll wait and see. So now Devins will wait for the shotgun from his own end zone here. Gets the snap. He'll go on the ground. And cutting to the 5, it is Devins to the 15. Oh, makes a nice move to the 20. Hudson Devins to the 25-yard line. Gets 23 yards on first down to get his team out of the hole. Couple of nice blocks by Eckerfield and Kent on that right side. And then once, Hudson Devins got about to the 10-yard line or so, he was able to make a nice cut and pick up an extra 15 or so. And another running play. Avon saying there was a fumble, but that is not going to be the case. It's Hudson Devins on the carry, and they'll mark him down at the 26-yard line or so. About a gain of 1 there. It'll be 2nd down and 9. I want to make a correction here because, unfortunately, it's just because of I think this crazy weather and scores getting thrown around all over the place. Kenston is still leading Willoughby South, but apparently it is just a 3-0 score, as we had first said. So Bombers still with a lead over Willoughby South, but not quite as big as we thought. Hudson Devins will get the carry on 2nd down, and he'll plunge out to the 30-yard line. Give him 4 on that run, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. At the very least, though, Berea-Midpark's been able to get themselves out of the hole here with a couple of runs from Hudson Devins. Devins, as the running back, isn't the leading rusher this year for the Titans. That distinction goes to D'Angelo Borders. Devins averaging 5 yards per carry, 342 yards and 4 touchdowns. Borders 420 yards with an 8-yard average and 4 touchdowns. 3rd and 5, Titans at their own 30. Luke Devins rolls left, throws, pass caught, Arnold, 1st down, 35, and he'll go out of bounds near the 39-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch there by the Titans. And a 1st down, Garcia running Arnold out of bounds. But they'll mark the ball at the Berea-Midpark 38, and that's a 1st down. Clock running. We are approaching 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score here at Finnie Stadium. As Luke Devins waits for the snap. He's got it. Quarterback looks to throw. The left-handed shot over the middle of the field, and it's almost caught by Arnold, then almost intercepted by Ryan Tachek. A collision down the field, incomplete all the way around. And first things first, it was a miracle that Ryan Tachek avoided any kind of helmet-to-helmet contact with Arnold, who almost made the catch, and then Tachek almost made the pick. That was a scary play, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Just looking over at Berea-Midpark, they have 2 coaches kind of calling out the plays from the sidelines. Everybody looks over there. No huddle. Medina goes in motion left to right. On 2nd and 10, the give is to Hudson Devins. He gets to the 40 and then immediately pushed back at that particular point. Safety Cam Santee comes over and makes the hit with linebacker Joe Resch. They'll mark Hudson Devins down near the 41. So we got about 3 on that pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 7. That was a tough 3 yards. Shotgun for Luke Devins. Hudson Devins stands to his right. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of a scoreless game. Devins to throw. Time over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Devin Johnson. And as Johnson couldn't come up with the catch, he got paid a big shot by Ryan Tachek. You may hear the fans over on our side wanting some kind of a roughness penalty. I mean, Johnson really took a shot. No call, and he'll come off the field. Johnson may need, I got to tell you, I think Johnson's going to need some help to get to the bench here, and I think one of the trainers went over to grab him and help him out. I mean, he really took a big shot from Ryan Tachek, and I'm not saying Ryan was guilty of anything. It just was a big hit. So Stetzer for his 3rd punt of this first quarter, as Berea-Midpark will punt it away on 4th and 7 at their own 41-yard line. Double safeties, and I don't think the Titans got this playoff in time. Nope, delay a game. So back them up 5 and make it 4th and 12 from the 36. I'm just kind of looking down here and see if I can see Devin Johnson. He's over with his teammates. That's a good sign. All right, so the Titans will try it again. Garcia and Holbrook in double safeties at their 35. And Stetzer drops the punt and tries to pick it back up and is going to have to eat the ball at his own 25-yard line. Cam Santee, along with Tommy Tachek, came over to pile on Max Stetzer. Not surprising with a wet football. You're going to maybe have those kinds of issues tonight. He just never got a clean grip on the ball on that snap. Went on the field turf. He tried to pick it up and kick it. Dropped it again. It was like a hot potato. And at that point, both Santee and Tachek were on top of Max Stetzer. So Avon, it's like a turnover. They don't mark it as such, but Avon is going to get a whole heap load of yards, and they will start this drive at the Berea-Midpark 25. DeTilio at the left hash, ready to go. Earhart in the backfield to his right with 4 wide receivers. 1st and 10, Eagles in a scoreless game. As they'll fake to Earhart, pass over the middle, caught at the 10, to the 5, and in for the touchdown is Alex Alvarez. Alvarez, the tight end, snuck out in the middle of the field. Nobody was there to cover him. And Avon on top 6-0 on the 25-yard touchdown strike from DeTilio to Alvarez. That is only Alex Alvarez's 2nd catch of the season. And it's his first touchdown, and it's Sam DeTilio's 15th touchdown pass of the year. That was a piece of cake after they got the misfortune there from Berea-Midpark on that drop punt snap. Vacos for the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. On its way. It is good. 1:20 to play in the first quarter. And the Eagles now on top 7-0 on the DeTilio to Alvarez touchdown pass. Yeah, made that look very, very easy after they recovered the ball at the 25-yard line. I think everybody was kind of keeping an eye on Gavin Earhart and totally forgot about the player at the tight end position, Alvarez, who was on the near side slot, just did a little slant route and was wide open. So a missed assignment there really comes back to hurt the Berea-Midpark Titans. Vacos will kick it off. Jack Arnold will go back deep to receive. Kupak is back there as well. And so is Hudson Devins. But the way Nathaniel Vakos kicks the ball, I think I'd be pretty surprised if Arnold gets a chance to return anything here tonight. He is a deadly weapon as a kicker. And yeah, that one, he more or less just kicked that one to Olmsted Falls out of the end zone, touchback. Vakos is now 27 of 27 on his PATs this year, perfect 3 for 3 on field goals. 2 of those kicks longer than 40 yards. That's what I mean when I say he'll be kicking on Saturdays somewhere next year. And I would imagine it's, you can call it FBS, you can call it Division I, but he'll be kicking on a television, I think, near you next year in college football. All right, so let's see what the Titans can do now. They've moved the football quite a bit here in this first quarter, but nothing to show for it here. Penalty and essentially a turnover really coming back to haunt them. 4 wide receivers on first down. Devins to throw, sets up a bubble screen, pass caught at the 20, and Borders will go to the 25 and go ahead out to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. And Cam Santee came in and delivered a nice little hit there after Borders was finally kind of tied up there. Santee made sure he went down. Picked up 7 on that catch, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. We're under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Luke Devins, the quarterback. Hudson Devins, his brother, behind him in the pistol on 2nd down and 7. Medina tight end right with 3 wide receivers. Hudson Devins will get the carry. Cuts inside the 30, 35. He's to the 40. Knocks down a Avon Eagle and goes out to the 46-yard line and picks up 19 and a first down. Like the way Hudson Devins runs. The 5'11", 205-pound junior has good vision and nice footwork. He's been able to shake it loose for a couple of nice runs in the first quarter tonight. Again, it's 3 wide receivers with Medina, the tight end. They'll give to Hudson Devins again, and he'll go out to the 50-yard line. He needs a couple of Avon Eagles to bring him down before he finally goes down after a 4-yard gain. And it will be 2nd down and 6 from midfield and a very quick, easy turnaround for the two teams as we head to the end of quarter number 1 here at Finnie Stadium. The touchdown pass from DeTilio to Alvarez has Avon on top 7-0 as we start the second quarter. Elsewhere in high school football across Northeast Ohio, Hudson is leading North Royalton just up the road from where we are in the first quarter 7-0. Barberton leading Aurora 7-6 in the second quarter. Avon Lake in the first quarter over Elyria 6-0. Medina over Brunswick 21-7. That's in the first quarter. Third quarter now, McKinley with a 28-7 lead over Jackson. Stowe leads Nordonia second quarter 14-10. Cleveland Heights shutting out Maple Heights in the second quarter 28-0. North Olmsted leads Elyria Catholic in the first quarter 8-0. Kenston holds that 3-0 lead over Willoughby South in the third. Hoban over St. Vincent St. Mary, 42-7, third quarter. That Medina-Brunswick game now is at halftime, 21-7 Medina. Just make sure I clarify that, Medina-Brunswick. And Lake has gotten the lead over North Canton Hoover, 19-18. Here at Finnie Stadium at Baldwin Wallace University in Berea, the Avon Eagles lead the Berea-Midpark Titans 7-0. Berea-Midpark, your first place team in the Southwestern Conference with a 4-0 record. Avon Lake, Avon, and Olmsted Falls all chasing the Titans at 3-1. So again, we have the possibility of a 4-way tie here if Avon is able to win this game. Of course, Berea-Midpark controls their own destiny. Hudson Devins on 2nd and 5 will cross the 50, take it to the Eagle 47-yard line, and be about 2 yards short of the first down. Gavin Earhart on the tackle. Really, we'll call it 3rd down and 3. Avon didn't do a whole lot in the first quarter offensively, but had the good fortune after Max Stetzer dropped a punt snap at his own 25-yard line. And on the ensuing play, Sam DeTilio hit Alex Alvarez for the 25-yard touchdown pass. That is our only score to this point. Out of the pistol, 3rd down and 3 for the Titans at the Avon 47-yard line. Medina in motion, right, high snap. Devins pulls down, gives to his brother Hudson, who's trapped in the backfield and brought down back in Berea-Midpark territory. That TFL going to Joe Resch, a senior outside linebacker, with a terrific tackle, preventing Hudson Devins from bouncing it to the outside. And that's going to be 4th down and about 8. And Stetzer's going to have to come in and try to kick it away again. And that's kind of been a snapshot of Berea-Midpark's offense all night. They've been able to move it and get first downs, but then drive stall. And it'll be Holbrook and Garcia and double safeties at their own 20-yard line, 4th and 8 here. And again, it's a low snap. This time Stetzer picks it up. And the kick will be caught by Holbrook. Actually make that Garcia at the 20, outside of the 25, and they will put Garcia down at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles with 10:18 to go here in the first half. Remind everybody, head to WKYC.com where you are listening to this one here tonight. Head of there Monday around noon or so for our nominees for Week 9's high school football game of the week. We will post it on WKYC.com, on the WKYC app. We'll share it on Twitter and Facebook. You'll have 48 hours to vote on our Week 9 game. And I think Avon might have just drawn Berea-Midpark off sides. DeTilio with that hard cadence, and that's indeed the case. So move it up 5, make it 1st and 5. At the 33 now for the Eagles. 12:30 on Wednesday is when the poll will close, and then Tyler Carey and I will join you later in the afternoon, and we will announce where we're heading for week number 9. You've got 2 more weeks to vote. Once we get to the playoffs, then it becomes our pick. First down, the give is to Caffey. Jacorian Caffey will get the first down as he crosses the 40 and takes it out to the 41, maybe the 42-yard line of the Eagles. Jacorian, 5'11", 191 pounds as a sophomore, and is really off to a great start. And as I said, you lump him with Gavin Earhart, basically 1,000-yard rushers between the two of them and 16 touchdowns. Caffey will go from the right to the left of DeTilio. 1st and 10 now for the Eagles at their own 42-yard line at the right hash. Avon leading at 7-0. In motion, Ethan Holbrook. Holbrook will get it on the jet sweep, goes to the 45, to the 47, to the 49, bounces back, and refuses to go down, and finally, thanks to 3 or 4 blue jerseys to bring him down at the 48-yard line. That's a tough but effective 6-yard run by Ethan Holbrook. Only his 2nd carry of the year, but it's a pretty good one. David Love will check in on the defensive line. Andrew Hanchuk will check out. Love, 6 foot, 365 pounds. Wide load. Yeah, have fun running up the middle with him plugging up the line. 2nd down and about 4 out of the pistol. DeTilio gives Caffey first down, breaks away at the 40. He's to the 30. Caffey is gone. Touchdown, Avon Eagles. 52 yards on the touchdown scamper by Jacorian Caffey. And with 8:59 to go here in the first half, Avon now leads it 13-0. Well, the problem is they didn't run it in the direction of David Love. They bounced to the outside and found a seam. And once Jacorian Caffey had a lane, he got to the outside and there was no chance to bring him down. 52 yards on Jacorian Caffey's TD run. He's got 11 touchdowns on the year. Vacos for the extra point. Low snap, but it's pulled down, and Vacos powers it through. 8:59 to play here in this first half. Eagles 14, Titans nothing. And again, if you're John Hunick and if you're Berea-Midpark, you're saying to yourself, well, geez, offensively, look, we're running the football. We're making things happen with Hudson Devins, but for one reason or another, we're not connecting on 3rd downs. a costly chop block took them out of Avon territory and ended up resulting in a 1st and 25, and they couldn't dig out of that hole. The result ended up being that drop punt snap and turning over on downs at their own 25-yard line. They've been able to get a few throws from Luke Devens tonight, but they just haven't been able to put a drive together. And meanwhile, Avon put together a beautiful drive, capped off by a 52-yard touchdown run by Caffey. It's too early to panic if you're the Titans because, again, you've been able to move the football, but 2 big plays here by the Eagle offense, and now you're down 14 with 8:59 to play in this first half. Vacos will kick it off. Kupak, Arnold, and Hudson Devens all back deep. Now we'll see kicking it to the east if that affects Vacos at all. My money is no, it won't. But let's see. No, that kick is not going to be returnable out of the end zone touchback. And 20-yard line will be the spot for the Titans. Again, it just, when you have a weapon like that, and you basically know if you're the opponent, every time that they kick off to us, we're going to start at the 20-yard line. So we better not let them score because we're not going to win the field position battle. And, Vacos earlier in this game had a punt that he was able to pin inside the 5-yard line at the 2. So, I mean, it's those little things that, not every coach has that. We've talked about it this year. Certain teams have elite kickers, and sometimes in close games, playoff games, that's the margin you need to advance. All right, so the Titans will start from the 20, 1st and 10. As Luke Devens ready to go. Hudson Devens stands to his right. And Luke Devens looks to throw, looking right, throws over the middle. Pass is caught at the 50-yard line and breaking away. Down the 30, it's Johnson to the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown. Berea-Midpark strikes right back on an 80-yard touchdown from Luke Devens to Devin Johnson. Wow. Well, that is Division I speed right there from Devin Johnson. He's a commit to the Miami of Ohio Redhawks, and boy, you get him going down the seam at the numbers with a full head of steam. Good luck trying to bring him down. It's like trying to bring Caffey down. Too much speed. Ethan Losnek for the extra point. Boy, it's the Titans, I think, were thinking, well, let's put together a drive here. Let's put together a nice drive here. Instead, a one-play, 80-yard touchdown drive. The extra point is good, and it's 14-7. That's exactly what Berea-Midpark needed, and now all of a sudden, crowd back in it. The coaching staff down on the field back in it, and the Titans are on the board. For Luke Devens, his 15th touchdown pass of the season. Devin Johnson with his 3rd touchdown catch. 80 yards on that pickup. This is, we said all week, and we talked about it on the show Wednesday, and we certainly said it at the start tonight. This is a showdown. This isn't the playoffs yet. That doesn't start for 3 weeks. But it feels like a playoff-type atmosphere. And we're seeing big plays, from both teams here in the second quarter. And, it's just one of those little things, though, you just think about it. It's maybe in the past, teams against, Berea-Midpark for John Hunick, something like that touchdown run against them might have knocked them out of the game for good. But this kickoff will be fielded at the 15. And running to his right is Tommy Tacek. And Tacek with a hold to the 40 and finally run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Tacek fielded it from his 10 over on the right side of the field, reversed all the way to the left, and ended up having about a 32-yard return. But just finishing the thought, maybe Titan teams in the past might have folded after that touchdown. We've got a long way to go in this one, but the fact that the Berea-Midpark came right back after that touchdown run by Caffey, and scored on the 80-yard touchdown pass. Tells you things are a little different now for Berea-Midpark. But they trail 14-7. Avon will go to work. DeTilio pass caught by Conwell at the 40 to the 45. Jimmy will cut inside to the 49-yard line and brought down there to make that Tim Conwell. And he is put down there, but Conwell gets about 6 on that catch. There's a flag down, so we'll check on that. Illegal use of the hands against Avon. So that'll wipe out game by Conwell. 8:27 to play here in the second quarter at Finnie Stadium. Avon 14, Berea-Midpark 7. And that penalty, first time I think we've had Avon penalized tonight, will put the Eagles back to the 40-yard line and make it a first down and about 13. Essentially taking it 10 yards from the spot. Earhart will stand behind quarterback Sam DeTilio out of the pistol with 3 wide receivers. And they'll fake to Earhart. Bubble screen caught on the right at the 40-yard line. Holbrook to the 45. Holbrook to the 50-yard line and finally wrestled out of bounds there. But gets about 10 yards on 1st and 13. And sets up a second down and short. Matt Stencil, the cornerback, made the tackle for Berea-Midpark. They'll actually mark it down at the Avon 49, so a gain of 9 on that pickup. Second down and 4. Again from the pistol. Austin Mitchell now back in at tight end with 3 wide receivers. Earhart behind Sam DeTilio. And it will be Earhart on the carry. And actually, DeTilio keeps it, and he'll get the first down inside the 40 of Berea-Midpark and down to the Titan 39-yard line, maybe the 38. Pretty good job on that read option by Sam DeTilio. Everybody thought, including yours truly, that it went to Earhart, but DeTilio pulled it down, went left, and gets the first down. Ball spotted at the Titan 38. This time it is Earhart getting the carry, I am sure. And there's a flag down as Gavin goes down near the 33. I think this is going to be another Avon penalty. This one I think is going to be a holding. We'll check on that. Yep, holding Eagles. So Avon will move in reverse once again, and again it'll be another first and long after a penalty. Back to the 48-yard line, so it'll be about a 1st and 20. 7:08 and counting to go here in the first half. Eagles of Avon lead the Titans of Berea-Midpark 14-7. Avon with a 1st and 20 now at the Titan 48-yard line. DeTilio, fake handoff, wants to throw over the middle. Wide open Mitchell at the 20-yard line and finally brought down inside the 20 at about the 16. A similar play to the touchdown pass to Alvarez, just using the tight end, and nobody had a hat on Austin Mitchell, and he picks up about 33 on that gain. 1st and 10 Avon. Quickly now, Eagles on the ground. Earhart breaks an initial tackle, keeps his footing inside the 10 and goes down to the 8-yard line for about a gain of 7. That's a good run by Gavin Earhart after he was initially stood up for a very little gain. Avon quickly to the line. Caffey back in at running back behind quarterback Sam DeTilio. 2nd and 3. Caffey gets the carry, runs left, bounces inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, and should have enough to make it 1st and goal for the Eagles. Over on the left hash. And it'll again be Sir Charles Spiva on the tackle, but it'll be 1st and goal at the 3 for the Eagles on a nice response drive after the 80-yard touchdown pass. Avon will go wide with 3 receivers. Caffey behind DeTilio, who just got Berea-Midpark to go off sides for the 2nd time in the first half with his hard count. So from the 3, move it to about the 1.5, and it will remain 1st and goal. Braden Fitchko checks in at wide receiver. Looks like he might be, no, looks like he'll stay in there. Drew Lindsay also in at receiver. Lindsay goes out wide left. Fitch go wide right. Alvarez now in at tight end. First and goal, Avon. Now the ball just inside the 2. Cappy will get the carry, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Avon Eagles. Jacorian Cappy with his second touchdown of the night, his 12th touchdown of the year. And Avon opens up their lead now to 20-7 with 5:32 to go in the first half. Just a little bit of everything for the Eagles there. And the one thing that stood out, just a couple of situations where you thought guys were going to go down. Holbrook and Earhart, and you thought you had them, and you didn't quite bring them down. And just kind of the will of the Eagles there, moving the ball down the field. And the big play, the 38-yard hookup from DeTilio to Mitchell. And Vacos connects on the extra point, and it's back to a 14-point lead now for Avon at 21-7 with 5:32 to play in the first half. And keep in mind, the Titans won the toss and elected to receive. You know, John Hunick wanted to go on offense first. So that means Avon will start the second half with the ball. So important, I think, here for Berea-Midpark. You know, they'd like another one-play 80-yard drive like they had previously, but important for them to, I think, give their defense a breather, but try to keep the ball away from the Eagles for the remainder of this first half, because Avon's offense, you know, once they kind of got the good fortune of taking over at the Berea-Midpark 25 on the drop punt snap, the offense has been clicking since then. DeTilio with a touchdown pass to Alvarez, and then 2 scoring runs by Caffey, one from 2 yards out and one from 52 yards out. Nathaniel Vacos will kick it off. Arnold will go back deep to receive, but we highly doubt that he will have an opportunity to have a catch of this thing. Anthony Vacos booms the football as he launches another one into orbit, and this will again out of the end zone, touchback. First and 10 Titans once again at the 20-yard line. That's pretty much every team's fate once Vacos kicks off. All right, so let's see what Luke Devins and company can put together here. Plenty of time, 5:32 to go in the first half, and they have all their timeouts due the Titans remaining. Avon as well with 3 timeouts. As Luke Devins ready to go on first down. Looks left, throws left, pass caught, Borders at the 25. Ooh, makes a nice spin, breaks a tackle, and gets right to the first down marker at the 30-yard line. That's a nice move by D'Angelo Borders when it looked like he initially was going to get brought down well short of the first down. Instead, he got about 9. They'll say 2nd and 1. Didn't miss the first down by much. Put that move on Chase Myers there, and it was a good one. 2nd and 1 here for the Titans. And they'll go on the ground. Here's Devins. Gets the first down, and Gavin Earhart will put him down at the 32-yard line, but pick up a 3 for Hudson Devins and a first down. Hudson Devins, younger brother of quarterback Luke Devins. Fourth quarter, by the way, Jackson leading McKinley 20-19 down in Stark County. Big one in that Federal League. As fresh set of downs now. 1st and 10. And Devins will make the catch at the 40-yard line as Luke throws to Hudson. And Hudson Devins will get close to another first down as they'll mark him out of bounds at the 43. And that is right at the first down marker. And officials will move the chains. First down on that. Just a quick little pitch and catch. Luke Devins to Hudson Devins. And a first down for the Titans. Borders, lone receiver left, 3 receivers right. Hudson Devins stands next to Luke Devins in the backfield. 1st and 10, Berea-Midpark. Luke Devins claps his hands. And another dump-off pass intended for Hudson this time, or make that for Hudson Devins, but it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. incomplete. They tried the exact same play, and I think this time either McDougal or Abdul got a paw on the football and deflected it incomplete. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 4:54 to play here in this first half. Titans trail by 14, have the ball 2nd and 10 at their own 43. Medina moves in motion right to left, and looks like a busted play, and that pass was almost intercepted as Luke Devins and Hudson Devins kind of collided on the wet turf. They were able to break away, and then Luke Devins just kind of threw it up for Borders, but Borders wasn't open, and he was triple covered. And I tell you, they were very lucky that Cam Santee didn't come away with a pick there, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. Yeah, I think Luke Devins was just trying to throw it away, but very nearly had a disastrous turnover there. 3rd and 10. Big play here for the Titans. From their own 43, we've got movement on both sides, and both sides pointing at each other. And the Titans, well, the officials are going to have a powwow here, but I think the Titans are going to be guilty of false start here. Dead ball, false start. Yep. So from 3rd and 10, it's now 3rd and 15. And flags have really hurt the Titans here tonight. Avon 21, Berea-Midpark 7. 4:48 to go here in the second quarter. Now a 3rd and 15 at the 38-yard line for the Titans. Here's Devins. Over the middle, incomplete, and there's going to be a flag down and a pass interference. The pass intended for Devin Johnson at the 50-yard line, and somebody for Avon grabbed a hold of Devin's jersey. When I say Devin, not Devins, but Devin Johnson's jersey, and pulled him down, just to clarify. And it is going to be a pass interference against Avon. So that will be a fresh set of downs for the Titans, and it will put them into Avon territory at the Eagle 47. Now, and the thing for the Avon defender, it was going to be a hard pass for Devin Johnson to come up with, but just too much contact. And, you know, it was obvious from up here, it was obvious for the officials. Couldn't avoid that penalty. But just saying, I don't think Johnson's going to make that catch. Arnold will go in motion left to right on 1st down. Luke Devins, throw back left. Borders with a nice catch. It breaks away at the 40. Down the left sideline to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, D'Angelo Borders. Everything going right. And Luke Devins threw back left to D'Angelo Borders. And once he made one slick move at the 40-yard line, he was off to the races for his 5th receiving touchdown, 9th touchdown overall in 2021. Boy, with Borders and Johnson, 2 lethal players if you get them in the open field. 21-13 Avon with 4:33 to go in the first half. It's been a second quarter, a circus of big plays. Losneck for the extra point. It's up. It is good. 21-14 Avon, 4:33 to go in the second quarter. Luke Devins has thrown 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter. That one a 47-yarder to D'Angelo Borders, and he has an 80-yarder to Devin Johnson. On the flip side, Jacorian Caffey has run for 2 touchdowns, and DiTilio has a touchdown pass to Alvarez for Avon. The lead is back to 7 for the Eagles at 21-14. Well, and we may have seen the wet field turf play havoc on some snaps and guys catching shotguns and things like that, but when it comes to running in the open field, I haven't seen any problems for either team here tonight. In a game that was delayed an hour and 15 minutes because of lightning and torrential rain all across Northeast Ohio, and certainly felt for us like we were at the epicenter of it for a while there. We are playing football, and we're having a good one here at Finnie Stadium. Little squib kick to the right. It's fielded on a fair catch by Avon, as that was Cam Santee who caught it at his own 33-yard line. They may actually move him up to the 35. Just a little, like a pooch pop-up kick to the right. And Santee did a good job just kind of to field it and be happy for the Eagles to start at their own 35. So after a defensive struggle in the first quarter, the two offenses have come to life in the second quarter here. Caffey will stand behind Sam DiTilio in the pistol. Stand just behind him in the right on first down. A little delay give. Caffey will initially get put down, but breaks tackles, crosses the 40, and takes it to the 42-yard line. Instead of only a yard or two, Jacorian Caffey's will gets him about 7 on first down. That's what I was talking about in that last drive. It's that want to. It's just that refusal to go down. And we're seeing it all over tonight for Avon. 2nd and 3. Caffey again on the read option. First down to the 50. Still on his feet and falls forward to the Berea-Midpark 49-yard line. Got about 9 on that run and another first down. Nothing fancy here, but Caffey's just a load to bring down. If it's not Caffey, it's Earhart. Jacorian will get the carry again finds a hole, gets to the 40, wrestled down, but right at the first down marker, Cole Bunner will bring him down to the 38, but that is enough for another first down. That time he went behind center Michael Distorzis, 6', 258-pound senior, and there was just a nice little gap for Caffey to run behind, and he gets the first down. Caffey will get a breather. Earhart checks in at running back. Avon will go with 3 wide receivers. Alvarez tight end to the left. Earhart will get the carry. Earhart jumps over a couple of would-be tacklers. Still on his feet inside the 25. Thunder and lightning down near the 20. Gain of 18 for Gavin Earhart and a first down for Avon. Back and forth we go. I mean, different running styles, different sizes, but same effectiveness. Caffey, Earhart. And DiTilio, you might see some kind of a play fake here. And this time Earhart will bounce to the left. And still not going down. Still on his feet inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Gavin Earhart should have been brought down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Instead, he sets Avon up for a 1st and goal. That is the difference in tonight's ball game. I'm telling you, it's just crazy how well Avon is doing breaking out of initial tackles. 1st and goal, Eagles at the 7. 2:40 and counting to play, first half. Caffey will stand behind quarterback Sam DiTilio. Double tight end with 2 wide receivers. And it'll be DiTilio on the keeper to the 5, to the 4, pile pushed ahead. And DiTilio will go down at about the 1-yard line. Sam gets about 6 on that run. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. .210 to play here in the first half. 2nd and goal, Eagles at the 1. Caffey this time will stand to the left of DiTilio. And before Avon can run a play here, one of the receivers went into the end zone, and that's going to be a false start before the snap. So bring that ball back, and it'll be 2nd and goal now from about the 6-yard line. Minute 58 to play, first half. Avon 21, Berea-Midpark 14. Eagles knocking on the door, trying to stretch out this lead again. Both teams, by the way, with 3 timeouts remaining. 2nd and goal from the 6. DiTilio gives. Here comes Caffey, runs left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he is in for the touchdown. That's a hat trick for Jacorian Caffey in the first half. 3 touchdown runs, and he has put Avon on top 27-14. Boy, that drive was all Jacorian Caffey, Gavin Earhart, and the Avon offensive line with a little bit of Sam DiTilio mixed in. The ground attack really dominated that drive. Vacos for the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and kick is good. 28-14 Avon now with 1:39 to go before halftime. Again, the good news for Berea-Midpark, they've got all their timeouts remaining here. So they can put something together, get themselves an opportunity maybe for a score before halftime. Now, the bad news for the Titans, they haven't kicked a field goal all year, amazingly enough. And they've got Josh Baranek and Ethan Losnek. They've got two kickers. Although I don't know if Baranek's even playing tonight. I know there was an issue there. But that's the one thing to worry about is you really don't have that. You don't have Nathaniel Vacos, but you don't really even have somebody who's been a proven field goal kicker for you this year. So, you're going to have to hope that Borders or Johnson, who both have scored on big touchdowns tonight, somebody gets loose, and I would imagine that's going to be the strategy here to try to isolate D'Angelo Borders or Devin Johnson. As Vacos will kick it off again. Halftime, we'll let you enjoy the two bands with us here at Finnie Stadium, Avon and Berea-Midpark. And we'll also check the scores from around Northeast Ohio. It's week 8. Hopefully most of the games around the area have been able to play here tonight. I know Padua and NDCL ended up getting canceled up there in Chardon. Vacos' kick will go about halfway into the end zone and then bounce out for the touchback. 1st and 10, Titans from the 20 with $1:39 to go before halftime. Been a good one here tonight, especially in the second quarter. This is as much scoring action as we've seen all year long in a quarter. Maybe the Medina Stowe game is the only thing I can think of that's had this much scoring like this from both teams. Your final tonight, and we're sure. I'm trusting TC on this. Kenston with a big win over Willoughby South, 3-0 in what I'm sure were very difficult conditions up there tonight. But Kenston gets a big win over South. That'll help them in computer points. As Devins steps up on first down, in trouble, throws, pass caught Borders, and then he dropped it at the 25-yard line. Was thinking about turning it upfield, and Devins was thinking about getting rid of it because he was being chased by Graham McDougall, who was bearing down on him. And that pass ended up getting dropped by Borders, 2nd down and 10. Also final tonight, Hoban gets a big win over St. Vincent St. Mary 42-7. So they beat their rival, and they've got a big one next week to the Knights against Benedictine at their place at Hoban. 2nd and 10, clock stops, 1:32 to go, first half. Berea-Midpark trails by 14, trying to put something together here before the break. Here's the delay give. Hudson Devins will cross the 20 out to the 22, and that's it. Clock's still moving, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8, and the Titans really with not a whole lot of urgency here. As down to minute 8, minute 7, minute 6. And now they look up to get the call here. We're down to a minute to go. 3rd down and 8. Luke Devins gets that snap. He's back to throw. Rolls right, chased, runs right to the 25, to the 30. First down and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. And I think they'll mark him a little bit short of the 35, but it's sufficient to get a first down with 50 seconds to go. So at the very least, now, if you're Berea-Midpark, you can keep the ball away from the Eagles for the remainder of the half. But, you know, maybe you take a crack here at Borders or at Johnson and see if you can do something here. Ball will be marked at the Titan 32, 50 seconds to go in the half, 1st and 10. Luke Devins rolls left. Well, he's looking for Borders but can't get there. And Devins is going to go down, gets sacked by Austin Mitchell back at the 25-yard line, and that's going to be Austin's 6th sack of the season. Yeah, just the pocket collapsed on him, and the clock continues to run. Timeout taken. I would not. No, I thought it was, but no, the officials will set the clock. I thought maybe Avon may have tried to take a timeout there, but they'll let the clock run. 20 seconds down to 19, 2nd down and 17, and I would think the Titans now Going to be content just to run it out here. Quick pass to Hudson Devins, back to the 30. He'll go down to the 32, gets 7 yards. And that should do it for the first half. Down to 5, down to 3, 2, 1. And we will head to halftime here at Berea-Midpark. Finnie Stadium, the home of Baldwin Wallace University, has witnessed a pretty good first half here between these two teams. Avon on top, 28-14. Avon scoring first on a touchdown pass from Sam DiTilio to Alex Alvarez, from 25 yards down. Austin Mitchell had a big catch of his own, the other tight end, but it was DiTilio to Alvarez for the touchdown, and that put Avon on top 7-0. Eagles then getting a 52-yard touchdown run by Ja'Cory and Cathy to go on top 14-0. Berea-Midpark responded on a long 80-yard touchdown pass, Luke Devins to Devin Johnson to get them on the board. That made it 14-7. And Ja'Cory and Cathy with 2 more touchdown runs in the first half. And Avon the Berea-Midpark getting a Luke Devins to D'Angelo Borders touchdown for their side. And that is our scoring in the half, 28-14 at the break. We'll check the first half numbers and get you ready for the second half coming up. But for now, let's let you sit back and enjoy the Avon Marching Band and the Berea-Midpark Marching Band here at Finnie Stadium. Again, 28-14, Avon over Berea-Midpark at the half in the WKYC High School Football Game of the Week presented by Chick-fil-A.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Avon, your state qualifying Avon Mighty Eagle Marching Band in color guard. The band is under the direction of Mr. Aaron Jacobs, with assistants Mr. Brian Hurston and Mrs. Alyssa Bryant, and color guard instructor Miss Laurel Florek. The band is led on the field by senior field commanders Jolie Fishbach, James Eddington, and Brian Murphy, and junior field commanders James Brasser and Nathaniel Brody. For tonight's performance, the band will be playing a duo of recent contemporary pirates. We'd like to open our performance with an arrangement of a Latin-influenced hip-hop song that was released as a single in August of 2017 and reached as high as number 4 in Billboard's U.S. R&B and hip-hop digital song sales chart. We hope you enjoy our rendition of Lizzo's Water Me. Tonight we'll finish our show with a song that was recorded by Canadian singer The Weeknd and released in late 2019. This up-tempo smash hit was released as the second single from his album After Hours and landed on many best songs of 2020 lists. Enjoy as we feature our color guard performing their routine to Blinding Lights. The Mighty Eagles would like to thank the Berea-Midpark fans for being such a great audience tonight. The band and guard would like to invite all our fans to come out and support the group as they compete against bands from across the region at tomorrow's Avon Lake Bandorama. The band and guard will perform at 12:30 before heading out to the second competition in Long Beach tomorrow evening. We'd like to wish good luck to Mr. Jeff Davis and the Berea-Midpark band as they perform tonight and throughout the rest of the season. And add on.
Good evening, everyone, and now we present the Pride of the Titans. This is the Berea-Midpark Titan Marching Band. For the 21-20 season is the Chicago hit Old Day. June 4th, 1979, Nick Fleetwood invited the USC Trojan Marching Band to Dodger Stadium to record this top 10 hit. From Fleetwood Mac and USC, this is Tusk. Back in the good old days of 2019, the Titan Band paraded their way through the streets of the Magic Kingdom and blasted this powerful swing tune to thousands of Disney fans. Feel free to clap along with Hey, Pachuco. In August of 2012, a Korean music video was taking the U.S. by storm. It featured a rather egg-shaped South Korean rapper who had some rather unique dance moves, including one called the Invisible Horse. So saddle up as we wrap up with Psy's Gangnam Style. And so in honor of Parents' Night, we've decided a little bonus coverage. This is time to make the record world go round with Queen.
Okay, look, I'm no expert on bands, but that performance by Berea-Midpark's band, we have not had a halftime performance better than that one this year. That was very, very impressive. As we welcome everybody back inside the press box here at George Finnie Stadium, the campus of Berea-Midpark, actually the campus of Baldwin Wallace University, just next door to Berea-Midpark High School. Dave Dino with you. It's our WKYC high school football game of the week at the half. Avon on top of Berea-Midpark by a score of 28-14. Berea-Midpark coming into tonight's game in first place in the Southwestern Conference with a 4-0 record. Avon one game behind at 3-1, along with Olmsted Falls and Avon Lake. So this is a game that has a lot of implications tonight, both in terms of conference record and also in terms of playoff performance. We've got some halftime scores for you. As we mentioned earlier, big win tonight for the Kenston Bombers in rainy, stormy conditions, and it was like that. It's been like that for everybody tonight. But Kenston beats Willoughby South 3-0. That is going to help their move in Division III, Region 9 quite a bit. Talking about the Bombers. Let's see. Final: Canton-McKinley beats Jackson 29-28. That had been back and forth all night long. So that's a big win for McKinley in Division I, Region 1. Hoover over Lake tonight is a final, 21-19. Hudson is shutting out North Royalton 17-0 in the third quarter. This one's a big surprise. Barberton leading unbeaten Aurora 14-6 in the third quarter. This is easily Aurora's biggest challenge. You know, they've steamrolled past everybody, and we had said earlier this week Aurora would have two challenges to try to go 10-0. One was going to be Barberton, and the other would be Highland next week. And Barberton really playing well against the Greenmen tonight. Still a long ways to go, but they have a 14-6 lead. Avon Lake at the half over Elyria 16-8. Medina in the fourth quarter. Drew Aller and company, 35 points on the board. They lead Brunswick 35-14. Stowe leads Nordonia. It's a big win for the Bulldogs. They had been kind of struggling a little bit since losing to Medina, but Stowe leads Nordonia 20-13 in the fourth quarter. Cleveland Heights trying to bounce back after a couple of tough losses to Strongsville and Aurora. Tigers leading Maple Heights 36-6 in the fourth quarter. Elyria Catholic at the half over North Olmsted 13-10. And also at the half, Buckeye over Lakewood 3-0. So you can see the games are at halftime on the ones like where we are tonight, storm delayed, and those games that are finals are in the fourth quarter, certainly in Stark County. They were able to get that game down in Medina County, Summit County, no problems there, at least getting that game in. That storm front that delayed us for an hour and 15 minutes was moving east, and for some schools, they decided not even to bother tonight. Padua, just getting more information, Padua and Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. Padua hadn't left because of the weather. They were going out all the way out from Parma out to Chardon to play NDCL. So they ended up just going to try to play tomorrow. Well, actually, Padua never decided to try to play. No, I guess they actually are going to try to play that game. They had told us that they were canceled, but apparently they are going to try to play. Padua never left NDCL, so good for them. Try and get that game in. And that's a big one for the Bruins. Padua had a tough opening night loss to Holy Name, their rival, and really since then they played some really good football. So, they can get that win tonight or whenever they play it against NDCL. That would be huge for them heading forward here. But for our purposes here at Finnie Stadium, Avon leads by 14 as we start the third quarter, and they'll get the ball first. Remember, Berea-Midpark won the toss and elected to receive. They wanted to get their offense on the field right away and see what they could do, and it took the Titan offense a little time to get themselves rolling. They did get rolling in the second quarter. The problem is they were already down by 14 points, and right now they've got a 14-point deficit. Tacek's got that kick at about the 8-yard line. Tommy Tacek runs left again, got a block at the 15, out to the 20, and this time Tacek can't pull away. He's down at about the 23. I think the officials might have actually missed an illegal block there, too. But Avon will start at their own 23-yard line after that kick return by Tommy Tacek. Sam DiTilio threw a touchdown pass in the first quarter to Alex Alvarez, and Jacorian Caffey with 3 touchdown runs in the game tonight for Avon, and Gavin Earhart has run the ball well when he's had his opportunities. 1st and 10, Avon, and I'll tell you, DiTilio almost drew Berea-Midpark offsides for the third time tonight. Padua NDCL will be made up tomorrow, by the way, just triple checking. Thanks, Tyler, on that one. Caffey gets the carry on first down, and this time he's brought down at the 21-yard line. He and Earhart have broken through tackles all night long, but that time they get him in the backfield and bring him down for a 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12. So, yeah, that Padua NDCL game, 2:30 will be the kickoff tomorrow. It's been all over tonight. Information, as we said, when you have storm delays and, usual people might be at stadiums reporting things and they're not there tonight or whatever, information. TC and I have been trying to kind of get everything together tonight as DeTilio's pass on second down. One hops his intended receiver over on the left side, incomplete. I think he was looking for Holbrook over there, and it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 12. So please forgive us here as we're trying to double check and double confirm everything we get here tonight to let you know what's happening. Ball at the 21-yard line of the Eagles, and this would be big for Berea-Midpark here to get a 3 and out to start the second half, trailing 28-14. DeTilio will go shotgun on 3rd down and 12 from their own 21. He looks to throw. Time, middle, pass caught at the 30, flag down, as that will be a 1st down, we think, for the moment for Avon at about the 35-yard line. Ryan Tachek on the catch, but let's wait and see on the flag. It was thrown in the defensive backfield. Avon clapping, so that would probably lead one to believe it might be a defensive hold. But we'll wait and see what the officials say as they pick up the flag. Officials say holding on the defense. Penalty is declined, and take that 1st down connection from DeTilio to Ryan Tachek. His 5th catch of the season, and it's a 1st down. So one of the Avon receivers limping as they'll go to Caffey on 1st down. Bounces left. He's to the 50. He's loose again, and he is gone again. Caffey for his 4th touchdown of the game. He is in from 64 yards out, and Avon with their largest lead of the night at 34-14. Jacorian Caffey has been sensational tonight behind this Avon offensive line. Just going again behind 6'2", 212, a left tackle, Dylan Hergenroder. I think Austin Mitchell was over there, the tight end, to block it, and just kind of sealed off the left side. And Caffey, with that full head of steam, took it to the house from 64 yards out. Thunder and lightning between Caffey and Earhart. Extra point for Nathaniel Vakos. And, just a moment ago, we were saying it looked like Berea-Midpark, as that kick is up and good, was going to get Avon off the field on that 3rd down and 12. But DeTilio hit Tachek for that critical 1st down connection to kind of keep the drive moving and keep Berea-Midpark's offense off the field. And then they dialed up Jacorian Caffey, and he dialed up another touchdown. He's had touchdown runs, two short ones, one of 52 yards, and that one is 64 yards. He's as good of a running back as we have seen all year long. Medina picked up the victory tonight over Brunswick, 35-14. So for the first time in Medina program history, they are 8-0 to start a season, and they will clinch a share with that win tonight of their first conference championship of any kind. Whether you're talking about Greater Cleveland Conference, Pioneer Conference, whatever conference Medina's been in, it is a share of their first conference title since 1973. Congratulations to Larry Laird and the Battling Bees. I mean, just a remarkable story brewing down in Medina County. Vakos' kick sails to the end zone for a touchback. Titans will begin at their own 20 with their largest deficit of the night now at 35-14. A long way to go in this one. 10:47 to play here in this 3rd quarter. I just think about Medina. We saw them last year at Brunswick, and again, they were okay, but not great. And you just wondered if that greatness, with the air raid offense, and you knew Aller had all the tools, could it come together? Could it gel? And it started in the postseason last year, and it has continued this year, 8-0. All right, Berea-Midpark ready to go, 1st and 10 from their own 20, as that will be a step up for Devens, and the pass is caught at the 25-yard line. Cameron Kupak on the catch. That'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down and 5. Kupak with reception there. And second down and 5. Berea-Midpark down 35-14 with 10:25 to play in quarter number 3. Again, long way to go, and they've shown the ability to score quickly. Could use one of those right about now. Low snap for Devens. He's back to throw. Again over the middle. This time almost intercepted. Threw it into double coverage, and Matt Fisher, the safety, nearly came away with a pick. I think that was intended for D'Angelo Borders, but one of those situations where receiver and quarterback were not on the same page, and it's 3rd down and 5. And the one thing the Titans cannot do here is give the ball right back to Avon the way this thing is gone. They have got to string some first downs together and keep Avon's offense off the field and get themselves back into striking distance here. 3rd and 5 for the Titans at their own 25-yard line. Low snap for Devens. Under pressure. Hit as he throws. Down he goes. Lost the ball. Picked up by the Eagles. I believe that's Garcia who's got it at the... No, that was Garcia. It's Trevor Norman who's got the ball at the 27-yard line. I just saw a 5. I wasn't sure if that was a 1-5 or a 3-5, but that forced fumble on the sack, and Trevor Norman comes away with it, and Avon will take over 1st and 10 at the Titan 27. Pocket just collapsed quickly. I would not be surprised if that was Austin Mitchell who got a hand in there and knocked it away. But there were 2 or 3 white jerseys who crashed into Luke Devens. And Trevor Norman comes up with the fumble recovery. And Trevor's forced a lot of fumbles this year, so he deserves a fumble recovery. As I said earlier, he's got 4 forced fumbles on the year. Well, now if you're Avon, you feel like you're ready to throw a knockout punch right now. DeTilio on 1st down gives to Gavin Earhart, and Earhart will go forward to the 25 and then fall down to the 24, so he gains 3, 2nd down and 7. Good to see, by the way, Tim Conwell's back in there. Conwell made a catch early in the game and didn't see him back for most of the first half, but he's in there now. Holbrook goes out wide right. Conwell is out there wide left with, I believe, Tachek over there with him. 2nd down and about 7. Play fake. DeTilio shoots one to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Down the middle of the field. And that was Conwell he was looking for, and he'd overshot him. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 6 at the Titan 23-yard line. 9:32 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Avon 35, Berea-Midpark 14 in our WKYC Game of the Week. Fitchko checks in. He'll go out wide left. Holbrook out wide right. 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. DeTilio has Earhart in the backfield. Austin Mitchell will go tight end to the left. Long count on that 3rd and 6. Here's Earhart. Runs left. Gets the 1st down inside the 15. And finally gets put down by Devin Johnson at about the 12-yard line. Kind of a student body right there. And Gavin Earhart able to get that quick hitter inside the 15-yard line, and another Avon 1st down. So move it up to the 13. That's a gain of 10 for Earhart and a 1st down for the Eagles. And at one point, it was 21-14, and you just felt like it was going to be a seesaw game, and Avon was able to score before halftime and then come right back, take that opening kickoff in the second half and score on the Caffey long run. And now all of a sudden the lead is 21. Earhart, fake to him. DeTilio keeps it at the 10, steps inside at the 5, gets wrestled down at that 1st down marker near the 3-yard line. As Johnson there to put him down, but they're going to mark him at the 4, a little bit short. It'll be 2nd and 1. So the Eagles can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown here. Avon has picked a good night to play their best game of the season here. They really, after their defense held serve in the 1st quarter, their offense came to life, and it really has played well tonight. Double tight for the Eagles. 2nd and 1 from the Titan 4. The give is Earhart. He'll get the 1st down, be brought down short of a touchdown. They'll bring him down near the 1-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal there. And there's an injured Eagle offensive lineman back at about the 3-yard line. So it'll be first and goal when we resume action. 8:05 to play here in the third quarter. And not a good sign for the young man for Avon who's down. He's holding his right leg. Now, of course, in these situations, I always say you just hope it's cramping, but you're never quite sure in these situations. Remind everybody, the WKYC High School Football Game of the Week is presented by Chick-fil-A. We've been so happy to have them aboard with us here in year one as our partner for high school football coverage. Remember, Chick-fil-A is the home of the original chicken sandwich. Head to Chick-fil-A, your neighborhood Chick-fil-A in Cleveland, Akron, and Canton. I believe that's Luke Hamilton, the right tackle, who came up injured. He's limping off the field, but able to walk off under his own power. But just albeit a little gingerly. So that injury, though, gave Avon a chance to kind of have a sideline huddle with Mike Elder and the coaching staff and figure out what they want to do here on first and goal. Looks like Jacorian Caffey is back in at running back. He has scored 4 touchdowns already tonight. And this will be number 5. Give to him. And Caffey, can he squirt into the end zone? No sign yet. There it is. Touchdown. Jacorian Caffey. That is number 5 of the night for the sophomore. And Avon now leads it 41-14. Yeah, again, for Caffey, 3 short-yarded touchdowns and 2 long, dialed-up long touchdowns for Caffey tonight. And it is now 41-14. Avon, 2 big touchdowns to start this third quarter and to really seize command of this game. This has been 21 unanswered here for the Eagles, and it's really kind of put everybody here in silent mode at Finnie Stadium. Vacos for the extra point, good, to make it 42-14. Only a few moments ago, like I said, it just feels like just a moment ago, it was 21-14 after Borders had that dazzling touchdown for Berea-Midpark. So we kind of worked our way towards the end of the second quarter, but Avon got that touchdown before halftime, and then 2 quick ones here in the second half to take total control of this one at 42-14. Another final tonight, Cleveland Heights, good win for the Tigers. They beat Maple Heights 36-20. Cleveland Heights is having a nice year. Shout out to my buddy Emmett Golden from ESPN Cleveland. His son Ethan plays for the Tigers and getting some playing time this year. Makes Dad very happy. And we tried it. We got Cleveland Heights a couple times as a nominee for a game of the week. Wasn't quite able to make that happen, but maybe we'll catch up with them in the postseason. You never know. As I said, remember, you've got 2 more weeks now to vote for the game of the week. Once we get to playoffs, unfortunately, we can't do the poll because we've got to decide at the start of the week where we're going. So we won't be able to offer that, but we still have 2 more weeks for you to let us know where you want us to go, as Vacos' kick will go out of the end zone for a touchback, and the Titans, what's been a broken record tonight, will start at the 20-yard line after a Vacos long kickoff. Head to WKYC.com around noon or so on Monday, and you can go into the story. You can vote. All it requires either an email address or your Facebook account to get in, and you can vote. Have a chance to win a chicken sandwich from our friends at Chick-fil-A, but you'll let us know where we'll go for Week 9. We've got Computer Point out. Here's what I'll say about our Week 9 games that we've already got lined up for you to vote on. All of them will have Computer Point significance. Yeah, real excited about what we have to offer for you for Week 9. As they'll go on first down, Hudson Devins gets the carry and gets nothing there on that run. And, Avon's defense has been very good tonight. Now you say, well, yeah, they gave, with the exception of an 80-yard touchdown pass and a 47-yard touchdown pass. Yeah, but Borders and Johnson do that to everybody. But, they've not allowed Berea-Midpark in these drives to get comfortable. They've always had to start at their 20 because of Vacos and his kicking ability, and the Titans just have not been able to get anything consistent here tonight. Devins to throw, looks one over the middle. That one he gets to Arnold at the 40-yard line. Oh, he had it and couldn't hold on. Incomplete. Boy, he was trying to turn up the field. Yeah, he had it, was trying to turn up the field and lost the handle. Incomplete. Was not long enough to be a catch, and it will set up a 3rd down and 10. But, yeah, that one's on Jack there. He's got to come up with that ball. Devins put it there, and it sets up kind of the way the night's gone in many respects for the Titans. It's 3rd down and 10. Matt Fisher checks in as a safety for the Eagles. 3rd down and 10 from the 20 for Berea-Midpark. Devins claps his hands, goes back to throw, looks left, and throws it into no man's land, incomplete. I don't know if he was looking for Borders or looking for Kupak, but he threw it outside, and the pattern by the receivers will run inside. And incomplete. 4th down. It was Kupak, they'll say, is the intended receiver. And 4th and 10, and another punt coming up here for Max Stetzer and Berea-Midpark. Evan Garcia, Ethan Holbrook, double safeties at the 50. Well, it'll be interesting as Stetzer waits for the snap. It's a good one, and he gets the kick away. And it's going to be returnable. Holbrook from his own 48 runs left to the 45 of the Titans and out of bounds at the 42. And when he was taken out of bounds, he got tripped up. No extra flag there, but it will be 1st and 10 Eagles in Berea-Midpark territory. It's going to be interesting to see when you think about Division II Region 6, number one, to see what Avon, what kind of a point bump they'll get, assuming this score holds and they beat the Titans here. What kind of point bump they're going to get if Barberton can hold off Aurora and the Magics can get that win, and Avon Lake is hanging around and Highland is hanging around. As DiTilio ready to go. And they'll fake the bubble screen. Sam looks to throw. Fires right side. Pass is in and out and back in the hands of Caffey at the 20-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 15 at about the 12. Yeah, Caffey just kind of almost like a wheel route out of the backfield, swinging out to the right, and DiTilio hit him in mid-stride. It was a high throw. I should say it felt like he hit him mid-stride. It went high, and Jakorian did a good job kind of keeping his concentration as it bounced off his hands, and then he pulled it back in, kept running, gets the first down to the 11-yard line. About a gain of 30 on that hookup from DiTilio to Caffey. And that is kind of indicative of how the night's gone for Avon. Now they're going to go with both Earhart and Caffey in the backfield. And it'll be a dump-off pass at the 10. At the 5 is Caffey, and he goes in for yet another touchdown. Jakorian Caffey has now scored 6 touchdowns tonight. 5 on the ground, that one through the air. It's 48-14 Avon with 6:07 to go. That means we are in running clock mode for the rest of the night while it remains a +30 deficit. And Sam DiTilio with his second touchdown pass of the game, number 16 of the year. And for Caffey, his 3rd touchdown catch. He now has 15 touchdown runs and 3 touchdown catches in about 8 games. Vacos, extra point, automatic. 49-14 Avon. Vacos, 7 for 7 tonight, 33 of 33 on the year. As I said, this was the opportune night for Mike Elder's team to kind of put it all together, and they have tonight, and they have played championship-type football here at Finnie Stadium all the way around. Special teams, spot on with Vacos. Defense has forced turnovers. They've kept the Titan offense really from being comfortable with the exception of the couple of big plays in the second quarter. And, of course, the offense, Caffey, Earhart, DiTilio and company have been brilliant. And that offensive line, Hergenroder, Byrne, Desturzos, Dagenbush, Hamilton. And, oh, by the way, the tight ends and wide receivers get credit, too, for the fine runs tonight by Caffey. You know, Mitchell and Alvarez, Tachek, Conwell, Holbrook. Final tonight, Stowe Bulldogs with a big, big win. They knock off Nordonia 27-13. As Vekos with another long kick out of the end zone. He's getting a workout here tonight, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20. And again, we go in running clock mode here with a 49-14 score. Did not expect, especially the way the second quarter was shaping up, did not expect this at all. But Avon really came out here in this third quarter. They've put 21 points on the board, and we've just barely halfway through the third quarter. Flexing their collective muscles. At the 20, Devins ready to go on first down. Hands to Hudson Devins. Breaks an initial tackle. Goes to about the 24, and then the Eagles will push him down there. They may give him forward progress to the 25, and it'll be second down from there. Matt Fisher on the stop for the Eagles. Hudson Devins had some good runs in the first half. And also they used him out of the backfield for a couple of catches, but just never could sustain anything, I thought. As they'll go back to Hudson on 2nd and 5, and this time the Eagles will swarm and bring him down behind the line of scrimmage back at the 24-yard line. Anthony Dranick from his defensive end spot comes over to make the stop. So it's a 3rd and 5 at the 25-yard line. Avon will improve to 6-2 and 4-1 in the SWC. Again, barring anything absolutely unthinkable. And Berea-Midpark will fall to 5-3 with a 4-1 conference record as well. And I think Luke Devins has just gotten Avon to jump off sides. No, he's got a hard cadence like DiTilio does. The problem for Luke is he's drawing his team off sides, I think, with that hard count. As they go back 5, and it's now 3rd down and 10. I mean, there were 2 or 3 Avon players into the backfield, but again, somebody flinched, and it's not much, but it's enough to draw, and that's what the officials are seeing. So it's 3rd and 10. Here's Devins with time. Fires. Arnold had it go through his hands. Incomplete. Takes a big hit from Trevor Norman, and that's going to draw a flag on Avon. Well, I got to tell you, in the first half, Tachek made a couple of big hits that were borderline close. That one was not close. And there's in the offensive backfield, there is a Titan player down. And we'll check on that, but this has been a bruising game tonight for both sides, but certainly in particular for the Berea-Midpark Titans. And both sides are going to clear out here. And we'll see if they go to the knee here while the teams tend to the Berea-Midpark player. Titans will take over at the 35 with the first down on the personal foul penalty on Avon. And that'll be something I think Mike Elder will talk to his team about tomorrow. It's like, yes, you want to have the big hits and you want to, be able to have that intimidation factor, but you've got to know when to pull back. And, we certainly see it a lot in college football with targeting and things like that. And you want to get me angry about a topic, just bring up targeting and what is and what isn't targeting. Big, big win for the Magics of Barberton. They hand Aurora their first loss of the season. Barberton 14, Aurora 6. Cameron Macon for the Magics, 114 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So that means Barberton now in first place by themselves in the Suburban League's American Conference. That is a huge, huge win for the Magics. Aurora had been steamrolling everybody this year. And if Barberton were going to win that game tonight, I would have told you they would have needed to, it would have to be a shootout, not a low-scoring game. That's not what happened. A great win for the Magics. Devon's on first down, back to throw, pass caught, as Johnson's got it for a first down in Avon territory at the 48-yard line. Pitch and catch there from Devons to Johnson. They had an 80-yard hookup earlier in this game. 2:37 and counting as the running clock is proceeding. Devons will throw it out to his brother Hudson at the 45, and Hudson will fall forward to about the 43, and I think another flag is down. I didn't even see who the injured player was for, and I apologize, I didn't see, for Berea-Midpark. That screen pass to Hudson Devons is going to come back. A penalty on Berea-Midpark. I think it's on Berea-Midpark again. So we go under 2 minutes to play in the third. Josh Medina checks in. Devin Johnson checks out. Penalty will make it 1st and 19 on the hold. Ball back to the Titan 42-yard line. Over at the right hash. So Medina will be tight end over to the right with 3 wide receivers and delay a game on the Titans. Well, that's just going to make John Unick even more upset when they look at the films tomorrow. They've had like 3 delay games tonight. You know, it's the little penalties that, I mean, there have been a lot of things that have gone wrong, obviously, when you think about it, but penalties have been a problem for the Titans here this evening. Devons looks left, throws left, and overshot Jack Arnold at the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Matt Fisher had pretty good coverage back there anyway. It'll be 2nd down and 24 after the back-to-back penalties, and Fisher now slow to get up, and they're stretching out his right leg. His teammate Chase Myers is stretching out his right leg because, yes, even in week 8, we have cramping. So, I tell you, both teams have had their trainers have gotten workouts tonight to come over and check their players. It's been a bruising game, and Matt Fisher wanted to get up and kind of snap his way up and couldn't do it, and now he'll be tended to over on the right side. 42 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 49-14, Avon leading Berea-Midpark. This was not what we thought we were going to see tonight by any stretch, and it was kind of like that, 2 weeks ago when we were in Chardon. I think we thought that night that, the Hilltoppers are the defending champs, and, Kenston is progressing, trying to get back to the form that won them the state championship 3 years ago, and we'll kind of see where they are I think the officials are trying to get the clock back moving again. It stopped, I think, because of the injury. Yep, there we go. Now it's back moving again. And certainly this was a champion conference showdown tonight, and it was like that until the third quarter. And Avon really, as I said, they picked tonight to play their best game of the year. Devons looks left, throws all the way left to Hudson Devons, incomplete. Luke Panessa had good coverage. I think the crowd wanted interference. They're not going to get it. But, for Devons, the left-handed quarterback, to kind of be heading right and then throw all the way back left, that ball really travels. As that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. With that running clock, incomplete pass or no, that will take us to the third quarter. End of 3 at Finnie Stadium. Berea-Midpark 49, or trailing 49-14 against the Avon Eagles. We'll say it again right. Avon 49, Berea-Midpark 14. Somebody said, our operations manager at 3 News, Adam Kenyon, who lives in Avon and follows the Eagles, he just texted me. He goes, Jacorian Caffey has now 10 touchdowns in 2 games. If you have him on your fantasy team, you've done well for yourself. Caffey with 6 touchdowns in this game tonight, 5 rushing, 1 receiving, after 4 touchdowns in the win against Olmsted Falls last week. And yes, he's only a sophomore. So Mike Elder gets to enjoy having Caffey as his running back for the rest of this year and 2 more years beyond this. And he looks to be the next in a long line of terrific running backs at Avon High School. All right, so we start the 4th quarter, clock running. 49-14 Avon over Berea-Midpark. It is I believe, 3rd and 24. Little screen coming as Hudson Devens has it to the 39-yard line and immediately gets pushed out of bounds there. Again, Luke Panessa on the stop. Sets up 4th down and another punt for Berea-Midpark. And so we're starting to see some of the backups in for Mike Elder's squad. Holbrook and Garcia will go in double safeties at their 32-yard line. Yeah, really, to me, I mean, obviously the first big moment in this game was about where Max Stetzer is standing near his own 25. He dropped a punt at that the punt snap at that spot early in this game. Low snap, he picks this one up and kicks it in the air, and he gets a high kick. And Avon's going to let it bounce inside the 30, and it will be down there right at that 30-yard line. Stetzer dropped the punt snap, picked it back up, dropped it again, and had to eat it at the 25-yard line. And the very next play, Avon got their first touchdown on the Detilio to Alvarez 25-yard pass. And yes, this was a competitive game after that, but that's how it really started tonight. Avon, just every opportunity, every chance they had, they were opportunistic, and the lights-out running of Jacorian Caffey has also had a lot to do with their success. Avon's had so many things, so many things that have worked so well for them since Mike Elder's been their head coach, but I don't know if I can remember a running back as electrifying for them, a player as electrying as Caffey, who can score against a good defense with 52-yard and 64-yard touchdown. Chase Myers now in at quarterback, and his first pass for Garcia is deflected and incomplete over the middle at the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Yeah, I haven't seen a running back for Avon this good. Hudson in the 4th quarter leading North Royalton 31-0. Didn't see that coming. That was one of our nominees for Game of the Week. We had Aurora and Barberton. Obviously, that was something special, especially for the host Magics tonight to knock off Aurora. Avon Lake in a tight one against Elyria, 16-14. The Shoremen cannot afford to lose that game if they want to stay in the conference title hunt. As Myers, I should say, gives the ball to a new running back. As we take out the roster, I think that was Hunter Maxey getting the carry, and Maxey takes it out to the 39-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down. Hunter Maxey is a 5'11", 174-pound junior. So it means both Earhart and Caffey's nights are done. Earhart was impressive, don't get me wrong. Didn't score any touchdowns. He was impressive. Broke tackles, made plays. But Jacorian Caffey was in another universe tonight. 3rd and 1 here for Myers. He's got, again, Maxey in the pistol right behind him to the right with 3 wide receivers. Under 9 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. As they give to Maxey, he'll get to the 40 and the first down. If they mark him to the 41, he should have it. And I think they'll go ahead and give it to him. Avon Lake, but we said they're in a tight one with Elyria, 16-14. Elyria Catholic leads North Olmsted in the third quarter, 23-10, and Buckeyes shutting out Lakewood, 10-0. Tell you, if you look back at our schedule this year and the games we did, one of the most unexpected and really games that I enjoyed this year was that Buckeye Valley Forge game a couple weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago at Byers Field. That was a lot of fun. Myers will pull it down, give the ball to Maxey on first down, and Maxey will take it ahead to the 43 for a short gain of about 2. Clock continues to move. It will not stop, except for timeouts or injury timeouts. The running clock, 49-14 Avon. About to move back into a first-place tie in the SWC, in the conference they have owned since everything got realigned. We'll wait and see how Olmsted Falls is doing tonight. Avon Lake is in a tough battle, and we could have 4 teams all at 4-1 in the Southwestern Conference. Myers goes from the shotgun, rolls right, looks, stops, cuts back, gets a block. He's going to run to his left to the 40. Myers to the 45. Flag goes down as Myers runs out of bounds at the Berea-Midpark 48-yard line. I would imagine at some point somebody committed a hold there to set the edge on the outside for Chase Myers. Officials will have a conversation. Yeah, this is the second time in 3 weeks we've had the running clock on us. And in both games, again, you could knock me over with a feather to say that that was going to happen. I didn't see it coming with Chardon and Kenston. Didn't see it tonight. But and we'll see. Tyler Carey's going to have some work to do to do Tyler's top 5 for next Wednesday. You know, Aurora got knocked off. Hoban got a big win against St. Vincent St. Mary. We'll wait and see how some of the other games develop tonight. Is on 2nd and 20 after the penalty. Dump out to Maxey. Maxey runs to the 40. Maxey runs to the 50. Down the right sideline. Flag goes down. Maxey will take it to the 10, to the 5. Dives down to the 1-yard line. Likely, though, going to come back as the flag down at the 48-yard line of Berea-Midpark. But A for effort for Hunter Maxey there on the run. I think one of his teammates was just trying to help steer the way for his teammate to go all the way. Officials will discuss here. Down to 5:28 to play here in the fourth quarter, and the flag is indeed on the Eagles. That was a 2nd and 20, and the perfect play call there is, you know, you set up just a little screen pass to Hunter Maxey, and you had the lead blockers out there. 10 yards from the spot on that holding penalty will take it back to the Avon 40-yard line. But it'll be 2nd and 11. That makes sense, actually. We'll take it back to the 40 Avon Lake, or the Avon 40-yard line, but it's now only a 2nd and 11. That makes sense because, again, 10 yards from the spot. Okay. I see where the officials were going there. Low snap. Myers picks it up, hands it to Maxey, and this time he'll be brought down for no gain at the 42-yard line as we approach 4 minutes to play here at Finnie Stadium. Week 8 starting to come to a close. 2 more weeks of this regular season. It's amazing to say 3 weeks from tonight, we will be somewhere beginning the new version really of the postseason. We kind of saw it last year with COVID, but this really is kind of going to be the first year of the extended playoffs, and we'll see how it works. I know, I've always liked the way it's been in the past, with 8 teams and well structured and everything as Myers goes back to throw. on third down, and that pass is caught, and there's a late flag over on the far side as the ball carrier goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Keegan, okay, was it Tommy Wetzel or Keegan Hassing? There was two number 8s. I think it was Keegan Hassing who made the catch, and there might be a penalty tacked on to it after the catch. And there will be personal foul against the Titans. Yeah, I'm always one that liked the playoffs the way it was pre-COVID with 8 teams, orderly, balanced. But I also understand that, last year's COVID allowed for teams that wouldn't normally get into the playoffs to get in and go on runs. Think about North Royalton. Think about Medina, certainly. And it opened the door and to this thought of, underdogs and Cinderella teams being able to make runs and giving more teams an opportunity who maybe don't win their conference, but they're close and, they just missed out on the playoffs. Well, now they can get in. We'll see how it works. I'm going to go into this with an open mind. I'll say that. Myers gives, and it's Maxey with a full head of steam, and he'll take it down near the first down, close to the 20-yard line. As we go down to 2 minutes to play here at Finnie Stadium, 49-14 Avon. As we look, we'll certainly talk about this when we move our way into the post game. If you think about who's got it easier to try to wrap up a conference title, or at least be there for a share of the conference title, I think Berea-Midpark might have the toughest task as Myers will again give to the second man through at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and down to the 4-yard line. New running back wasn't Maxey. This one was Nick. Was that Fouts? There's two 42s that are running backs. That might have been Mustafa Kayat, who I believe was the running back there. 5'6", 150 pounds. They have, Avon's one of the teams that now has a lot of players, and you have multiple guys with the same number. And Mike Elder, with the clock now under a minute and a half, will just go ahead and have his team go to the victory formation. All class from Coach Elder. No surprise. With 1 minute to go. And Chase Myers will go to a knee and probably have to do it one more time, and that's going to do it. Berea-Midpark will play at North Ridgeville next week, and then 2 weeks from tonight wrap up the regular season here at Finnie Stadium against Olmsted Falls. So depending on how Old Falls did tonight, and they were playing at Amherst, I would assume the Bulldogs win that game. Of course, it's dangerous to assume, but we'll do that. As Myers goes to a knee, and that is going to do it. The Avon Eagles back into a first-place tie in the SWC as they come out to Finnie Stadium, sit through an hour and 15-minute storm delay, and beat the Titans tonight of Berea-Midpark 49-14. Olmsted Falls. I would say Olmsted Falls got the toughest schedule of any of the 4 teams still in this thing. Falls will be home to Avon Lake next week, and then here for Berea-Midpark in 2 weeks. So something will give. There won't be 4 teams tied atop the conference when the season's over. But Avon certainly put themselves in a real good position. They put themselves in an excellent position with computer points as far as that's concerned, and played really their best game of the year. Olmsted Falls, by the way, did beat Amherst tonight. So depending on what happens with Avon Lake and Elyria up there at Avon Lake Memorial Stadium will determine if there's a 3-way tie or a 4-way tie for first place in the SWC with 2 weeks left to go in the season. Hudson did shut out North Royalton tonight, 31-0. Again, I'm not surprised Hudson won that game. I'm absolutely stunned that it was a shutout. North Royalton had really played so well we saw them obviously in that game against Highland that went to the wire. And Hudson had lost last week to Nordonia. Weren't really sure about how that game was going to play. And, hey, give the Explorers a lot of credit. They really came ready to go tonight and put a whipping on the Bears. So that's a big, big win for the Hudson Explorers. So 49-14 is your final here at Finnie Stadium. The big story was Jacorian Caffey, the sophomore running back, with 6 total touchdowns tonight, 5 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. Sam DiTilio threw 2 touchdown passes, one obviously to Caffey and one to Alex Alvarez. Avon's defense, after kind of a tough second quarter, they gave up 2 long touchdown passes, really shored up that third quarter and never allowed the Titans to get back in it. And I'd said earlier, when Berea-Midpark was down 14, I was interested to see how they would respond. What were they going to do? This is this team that kind of thought that maybe it was their time, that it was their time to be ready and to play well and to challenge for the conference title. And they came right back and got the 80-yard touchdown pass from Devins to Johnson. And then when they had fallen behind by 14 again, Devins hit D'Angelo Borders, who made a terrific move to score a touchdown. And at that moment, you said, wow, this shows me something about the Titans. And, they're going to be in this game. And ultimately, they just couldn't stop the Avon onslaught. And too much of Caffey and those 2 long touchdowns, particularly that second one, took all the wind out of the sails. And the Titan offense just could never sustain anything. Yes, they got those 2 big touchdowns, but just, could not put a long drive together, something to keep their defense off the field. And it ended up really turning into an Eagle night here at Finnie Stadium. Tyler Carey lets me know Avon Lake continues to hold that 2-point edge over Elyria. So we'll wait and see, but we believe it's going to be potentially a 4-team tie in the SWC with 2 weeks to go. And again, some of those Berea-Midpark's got to play. Berea-Midpark has to play. Let's see. We have Olmsted Falls, I should say, has to play both Avon Lake, and they play Avon Lake, and then they've got to play Berea-Midpark. So something with all that's going to give, and we'll see how many teams end up at the top of the conference once all is said and done here in the 2021 season. But 49-14 is your final in this one tonight here at George Finnie Stadium. So we will step away here for the night, and then we will be back with you. We'll be back with you first on Wednesday night for our Wednesday, I should say, afternoon for our Game of the Week preview show on WKYC.com. We'll let you know where we're headed for Week 9. As I said, all 3 games I can tell you will have computer point implications. And it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing where the fans put us. And then, of course, we'll be out there Friday night for week number 9 somewhere next week. But that'll do it here for tonight. It was the Jacorian Caffey Show here in Berea at Paulton Wallace University. 6 touchdowns, 5 rushing, 1 receiving. Avon 49. Berea-Midpark 14. For Tyler Carey and everyone else involved in this production, I'm Dave DiNatale. Thanks for watching and listening tonight here at WKYC.com. And we say good night from Finnie Stadium.